This man literally gave his teammate a black eye. Not only that, but right when this happened, the entire team had to come and break the...
All right, welcome back to another After Dark, everyone. Hope you all are having a good night so far. Hope you guys had a good day. I wanted to check out this video. This was suggested from the comment section, per usual. The last video I did about the rebound channel, I got a tip that there's a really cool video on this channel called Times Michael Jordan Disrespected NBA Players. You know I'm about to watch this. And if they bring up that Mugsy Bogues story again, man, I don't know. But they probably will, because it's the same channel. Even though the Mugsy Bogues story is not true, we'll see it. I'll save that for when we get there. Anyways, everyone, I'm going to link the original video from Rebound down below in the description, as I always do. And everyone, please leave this video a like. Not much else to say on the intro. As far as times Michael Jordan disrespected NBA players, I'm curious if it's more basketball related or if it's more verbal related. So I don't want to say too much on the intro and get it wrong, as I've been known to do from time to time, by judging a book by its cover or a video by its title. But I don't like to, I don't like to pre-screen any videos, and once in a while, I might watch like 10 seconds of a video just to check quality or something, make sure it's not like a phony video and it's actually a real video. But outside of that, I don't screen videos, because what's the point of a reaction if it's not actually a reaction? Anyways, you guys, like the video, I'd appreciate it. And yeah, here we go.
The level of fear that he inspired in others was insane.
It didn't matter. He wanted to come in and kill you.
Now Michael Jordan and Reggie Miller having a go at it.
These are the times that Michael Jordan disrespected NBA players. And Jordan's beef with his own teammate, Steve Kerr, got so violent, their own coach had to get involved. It was 1995, and Steve Kerr was playing in his first practice game with Jordan. For some reason, Coach Phil Jackson decided to have Jordan and Kerr guard each other. At this point, Jordan didn't know who Kerr was, so he had no respect for him. Jordan started talking trash, roughing Kerr up, and surprisingly, Kerr was talking trash right back. Now,
let's see if they get this right. Let's see if they get it right.
No, Jordan, that's not gonna slide. So he decided to make this practice physical. Jordan got the ball, drove to the basket, and hit Steve Kerr with a hard foul. Obviously, this frustrated Kerr. So, on the very next play, he wanted to return the favor. Driving up the court, Kerr hit Jordan with an elbow right to the chest. And that is when Jordan lost it.
He hauls off and hits me in the chest. And I just haul off and hit him right in the eye.
This man literally gave his teammate a black eye. Not only that, but right when this happened, the entire team had to come and break the fight up. Yeah. And then Phil Jackson had to kick Jordan out of practice. All right, and if Jordan was willing to do that to his teammate, what the hell did he do to people he was up against? Well, in the
That made Steve Kerr tough enough for the NBA Finals, man. And it worked.
96 NBA Finals, Michael Jordan destroyed Hall of Famer Gary Payton. The Bulls beat the Supersonics 4-2, and Jordan collected his...
Hold up, when is this from? 4 years ago. Okay, so... Yeah, okay, so this is after the Last Dance. All right.
Fourth championship ring. But 25 years later, Gary Payton thinks Jordan beat him by luck. He was being interviewed for Jordan's documentary, The Last Dance. And in that interview, Gary has all types of wild takes. He talks about beating Jordan up, slowing him down, getting aggressive with him.
I made it a point. I said, just tire him out. Tire the out of him. You just gotta tire him out.
And if he had done that just a little bit earlier, they probably could have won the finals. Now, the beautiful thing is, with this documentary, Jordan got to see a clip of Gary talking about this.
Man, after this video, I'm gonna have to just I swear it's only been like 6 months since I watched The Last Dance in its entirety, but I'm already feeling the urge to come back and watch it again.
And his reaction became one of Michael Jordan's most iconic, disrespectful moments.
Hitting him and then banging him and hitting him and banging him. It took a toll on Mike. It took a toll, and then resting him a little bit, and then the series changed. And I wish I could have did it earlier.
Look at his eyes. Oh, shit.
I don't know if the outcome would have been different, but it was a difference and beating him down a little bit.
This man doesn't even have to say a word.
Nope.
He can just laugh. And it's the most disrespectful thing I've ever seen.
It's also the most genuine, authentic laugh I've ever heard from MJ. Like, he's not being an asshole. He's not trying to be an asshole here. He's genuinely laughing at the idea that Gary Payton could stop him in the NBA Finals. Like, it's just so funny to him.
But what happens when Michael Jordan
such a good
disrespects one of the biggest trash talkers in NBA history, Kevin Garnett? Well, it was 1996, and Garnett's Wolves were facing Jordan's Bulls.
You know what I never really thought about when it came to this story? Is he passively out-trash talked Kevin Garnett. You know what I mean? Who's like the ultimate trash talker, the scariest trash talker I've ever seen. Yet, MJ still got the best of him.
With it being Garnett's rookie season, this game shouldn't have
Get
been
out
close.
of here, KG.
But shockingly, they were only down by 3 points at halftime. Garnett and his teammate J.R. Ryder were having a great game. So, with Garnett feeling himself, he made the biggest mistake of his entire career.
See, I love this story, but I like the story KG tells about Wizards Jordan more, where MJ's just out there just getting buckets all over him. KG's doing his best to stop him, but he can't stop him. And according to KG's words, MJ keeps calling him ho. You know, like, come on, ho. Come on, get that ho. Oh, in your face, ho. Like, he's just constantly calling KG, of all people, the scariest mofo in the NBA, just straight up calling him a hoe at 40 years old. He didn't give a damn. Just busted him. That's a great story.
He decided to start talking trash.
Yeah, come on, ho.
Garnett was telling JR, keep killing Jordan out there, that they were destroying him, that it was easy. But what he didn't realize was that Michael Jordan was standing right next to them, and he could hear every word they were saying. And at that point, it was too late. Jordan came out at the second half and lit the Wolves up, completely destroying any hope they had at winning, going up by 21 points, with Jordan scoring damn near every basket.
Scotty knows, oh, they done messed up. They woke him up.
And with the clock winding down, Garnett was pulled out of the game. That is when Jordan walked by the Wolves bench, and he let Garnett know to never disrespect the GOAT again.
Next thing you know, we over there like this. And Mike came down. Okay, young fella. Okay, damn, young fella, damn, y'all done, damn, y'all done. Never talk shit to Mike ever again in life.
Yeah, Garnett learned his.
Okay, so that's funny. I forgot about that part. So he said he never talked shit to Michael again, but Michael was still talking shit later on in his career. How great is that? So instead of KG talking shit to MJ, we got MJ talking shit to KG, and KG being silent because he knows better.
Lesson right then and there.
Damn.
But there's one NBA legend that doesn't give a damn who Michael Jordan is. I'm talking about Charles Barkley. The disrespect between Barkley and Jordan got so bad, it cost them their entire friendship. They met as rookies in 1984, and over the next few seasons, they grew to respect each other's game. And by 1992, they were best friends, going golfing together, grabbing drinks, puffing cigars. They were just having a good time. However, it didn't matter how friendly they were. They were just having a good.
What is this? What am am I looking at? Like, what? Guys?
Time. However,
What?
it didn't matter how friendly they were away from basketball. Because when it came time to ball, they wanted to kill each other.
Oh, for sure.
During the 1993 finals, Jordan was willing to do anything to beat Charles Barkley. So, right before Game 4, he decided to give Charles a $20,000 diamond earring. What a great friend,
Yeah.
right? Well, Jordan later told his assistant coach why he really did that, saying, "Charles won't get in my way the rest of the series. What's 20,000 to me? He thinks we're great friends? I hate that fat Damn, Jordan's over here playing 4D chess. But the disrespect doesn't stop there. Even after Barkley's career was over.
Okay, wait. I let it go, but who is he supposed to be saying that to? Phil? Phil Jackson?
Told his assistant coach.
His assistant, so Tex Winters? He told Tex this? I don't even like that dude. Is there a source for this? Because that's I don't know, man. They were friends even after they retired. You know, this went on. They were friends until like what, 2010? So this is a little weird to me, unless he was joking around and it was a jest. Like, I don't even like that fat fuck. You know what I mean? Like, just joking around. I don't know. This is weird. This is sitting weird for me. Let me know what you guys think about this one.
Series. What's 20,000 to me? He thinks we're great friends? I hate that fat Damn, Jordan's over here playing 4D chess. But the disrespect doesn't stop there. Even after Barkley's career was over, Jordan took every opportunity that he could to disrespect the poor guy.
Well, we got you there, Michael. How are your ribs feeling, by the way?
A lot better.
And we've tried to get some answers out of Charles here. Maybe we'll reveal what you say.
I'm just glad his little ribs are all right. He's been whining about them for like 2 or 3 weeks now.
Don't worry about it, Charles. You can forget I'm still the boss. If you need a job, I advise you to be quiet.
Are we going to see this happen? Can you tell us anything tonight?
No, I can only tell you that I have a very good player coming to Washington, D.C., and I may not need another.
I was going to say, and his name and his initial are not CB.
I tell you what.
Not CB. KB is pretty good.
Oh, he's talking about drafting Kwame.
That
No problem.
I'm not sure I might even consider coming there until you up the ante.
Stay at TNT. I think that's your best effort.
I appreciate that.
No problem.
Sheesh.
I mean, it ended up being like TNT was the best thing, like for Chuck. I mean, it's been the longest job he's ever had. In fact, he's been with TNT for what, 20-something, 22, 23 years at this point. MJ wasn't wrong. I know it was a jab, but
was disrespectful. But you want to know what else is disrespectful? Not dropping a like and subscribing to the channel. I put my heart into this. But when you don't subscribe, it
I
cuts
did
deep.
it.
So, what are you doing? But anyways, the beef between Jordan and Barkley didn't stop there. Cause in 2005,
Oprah?
it happened again.
This was great.
This time on the Oprah Winfrey Show.
Who's the wiser?
I know when to eat, when not to eat.
Now, you do say, though, that he is cheap. I've heard that.
Oh, my God. I say that. Everybody says that.
You
You're
believe
not.
that?
No, I don't think. See, you're dressed.
Something.
He's dressed too well to be cheap.
Thank
He
you very
spends all
much.
his money on clothes.
Oh, okay. But when you say he's
I
cheap,
wish you spent
Hey,
something.
all I got was this cheap Jordan stuff.
Yeah, he's dripped from head to toe in Jordan gear intentionally. Just to cloud him. Chuck's
is it
awesome.
true that you all still split the bill, that you wouldn't just say, let me take
He
care of
said
it?
that.
No, you know, when you get in the limelight, you have a lot of freeloading friends.
Yeah.
I don't want him to ever think that
That
I'm
you're
just
one of
hanging
the-
out. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we fight over the bill.
But he is.
Really?
I'm glad you brought up the motorcycle thing, because I hate that. I want you to know that.
You do. Has he gotten you on a motorcycle?
Hell no. You know,
I'm sorry, the seat's not big enough.
Yeah.
When you ride a motorcycle, You have to really be focused on seeing the traffic ahead. He doesn't know about this. He's never ridden a motorcycle. He never understands what it takes to be a winner.
See, now, that one I always thought might have been a little too far by MJ. But they are homies. But this is in public. So I don't know, man.
If I get the rest of the guys laughing at him, he'll always bring the winner thing up. How many rings you got? He always throws that up at me. Man, if I had Scottie Pippen and Dennis Rodman, I would have won some too. You were.
Now, I think we can all tell, this was some lighthearted trash talk. They were definitely still friends here.
Yeah.
That was until a few years later.
Yeah, I never thought about any of this kind of stuff until, once their friendship was over. Then I was like kind of looking for clues, but I don't know. It might be a stretch there. Chuck didn't seem to give a damn. He was just laughing.
Jordan took things.
And Shaq does the how many rings you got thing to him, like literally on like a daily basis. So I don't think it doesn't. Yeah, he just throws a punch right back.
Too personally. See, by 2012, Jordan owned the Charlotte Hornets, and they had just finished a season with the worst record in NBA history. 7 wins and 59 losses. So Barkley went on an ESPN radio show and criticized Jordan's ownership skill, saying, "I love Michael, but he's just not done a good job. Even though he's one of my great friends, I can't get on here and tell you he's done a great job." And when Jordan heard this quote, he felt betrayed. How could a friend criticize him like that? So the next day, they spoke on the phone, and Jordan said he was so upset, he never wanted to hear from Barkley again. And it turns out, they haven't spoken since.
Crazy.
Michael Jordan?
Yes.
How are you guys these days? Are you friends? Are you talking?
We're not friends right now, and I wish him nothing but the best.
Are you hopeful that someday you guys will be close again?
I would like that, but I'm not. I can't have people around me who, if I have to be honest about them, they're gonna get mad at me.
Damn.
Yeah, it's
the disrespect just went too far, man. Sucks. But at least Jordan's disrespect didn't cost Charles any money. Because for Kemba Walker, he lost tens of millions of dollars, all thanks to Michael Jordan. Remember when I said the Charlotte Hornets were trash in 2011? Well, Jordan wanted to turn things around. So in the 2011 draft, he picked up Kemba Walker, hoping that he could turn the entire franchise around. And after just 8 seasons, Kemba made 3 All-Star teams, single-handedly brought them to the playoffs twice.
Yeah, he was a rising star, but then he fell off. So I'm kind of curious, what happened to Kemba?
And became the team's all-time leading scorer. He was doing everything he could to put Charlotte on the map. I mean, Jordan should have been thanking this man every night. So when Kemba's contract expired in 2018, you'd think that Jordan would have done everything he could to make sure the best player he's ever had stayed in Charlotte. Right? Well, when the two sat down and tried to work out a deal, Jordan disrespected Kemba. Instead of paying him the $220 million that Kemba wanted, Jordan only offered him $160 million. That's $60 million less than what he asked for. And Kemba was upset. He knew that without him, the Hornets were going to be the laughing stock of the NBA. So with that, Kemba left immediately, and he let his agent know he wanted to play somewhere else. And just a few days later, he signed to the Boston Celtics for $140 million. Yeah, $20 million less than what Jordan offered.
Damn.
Kemba literally lost tens of millions of dollars just to spite Michael Jordan. But at least Kemba just walked away and didn't let things get out of hand.
Hey man, it's nothing quite like the Dennis Schroeder story, who left LA because they lowballed him, and then he ended up, I forgot what it is. It was a ridiculous difference. I mean, I'm talking like 10 times less money kind of situation. Kemba, well, he lost 20 mil. Probably should have taken the Jordan deal. This isn't like a disrespectful thing of Michael Jordan, though. I think he was giving Kemba fair value, at least in his eyes. And obviously, Boston agrees because they gave him even less. So I don't think this is a disrespectful thing by MJ. Not this one, at least.
Because one time, a teammate tried to end Jordan's career because he was tired of all the disrespect. Back in 1988, Michael Jordan was still chasing his first NBA championship, and he was hoping to win it with his best friend, Charles Oakley. So when the Bulls ended up trading Oakley away, Jordan was furious. And there was no one better for him to take his anger out on than the guy that replaced his friend, Bill Cartwright. It started at their very first practice together. Jordan started calling the dude old, saying that he sucked, he was always hurt. Things got so bad, Jordan gave Cartwright the nickname Medical Bill. And it didn't stop at name calling. During passing drills at practice.
Medical Bill is pretty good. That's like Street Clothes Davis. That's really good.
Jordan just kept whipping the ball at him, like they were playing dodgeball or something. And this drove Cartwright to his breaking point. He was about to snap. One more sign of disrespect from Jordan, and he was gonna let him have it. Fast forward a couple of weeks, and it happened again. In a game against the Hornets, Cartwright had one of the worst nights of his career. So Jordan got up, and he told the entire team that Cartwright didn't belong in the NBA.
Whoa.
And that was it. That was all Cartwright needed to hear.
Cartwright gets Michael aside, and he says, look, if you ever do anything like that again, you will never play basketball because I'm going to break both your legs.
All right, just to put things into perspective a little bit, Bill Cartwright was 7'1" and 250 pounds. If he wanted to break Jordan's legs, he could have done it.
Also, this is one of those, though, I never heard Bill Cartwright tell the story that way, or Michael Jordan. Have you guys? I'm not saying it's not true. I'm just saying I can't validate it. I haven't heard it myself. And the dude who was talking here, where is he? Right here. He wrote a book on this stuff. So he's a journalist. So I don't know if I could trust it. But let me know if you guys ever heard Bill Cartwright talk about that.
And I don't think Jordan would have won 6 rings with no legs.
Fair enough.
So that talk that they had set Jordan straight. After that, he stopped the disrespect, and they finally started getting along. I mean, in 1991, they even won their first of 3 titles together. So I guess that MJ trash talk ended up being a great thing for him. But not everyone can be so lucky. Sometimes Jordan might say something so disrespectful.
By the way, in hindsight, it does actually make sense to Jordan's personality. Like he did to Steve Kerr, that was like a test. Will you fight me? You know, how much do you want this? I don't know. It actually does kind of make some sense.
It'll end an entire career. Like Mugsy Bogues.
Oh, this
It
one.
was the 1995 playoffs.
Okay, Mugsy has, since this has come out and said, no, he did not call, Jordan did not call him a midget. He did yell, shoot it, though.
Hornets versus Bulls. And one more loss for Charlotte meant their season was over. So everyone thought the Hornets were done.
Damn.
Everyone except one player, Mugsy.
The littlest guy with the biggest heart.
Losing was not an option. This man is the shortest player in NBA history at just 5'3". You think he's gonna pass up a chance to beat Michael Jordan and win a championship? This man would go down as a legend. His career depended on this win. So in the fourth quarter of Game 4, with the game tied, Mugsy Bogues dribbled up the court. With just a few seconds left on the clock, Mugsy was getting ready to take the game-winning shot. And that's when Michael Jordan stared Mugsy down and yelled, "Shoot it, you midget."
Where did this story come from? Where did it come from? Where they added the midget part? Like where? I want to know, because you know Mugsy would have just said it. They asked him point blank, did Michael Jordan really do that? And he was like, no, he didn't say that. You know, he just told me shoot it, you know, and he missed it. He's like, it had nothing to do with MJ.
Jesus,
but
man.
I like this version better.
This man needs to chill a little bit. This isn't an Xbox 360 lobby. You can't be saying that.
Right.
You're finna get me canceled just reading the quote. Damn. As if being the shortest player in NBA history isn't hard enough. You gotta deal with MJ doing stuff like that? But I guess the trash talking worked, because Mugsy pulled up, took the shot, and missed it, losing the Hornets the game and the series. Mugsy's miss was the only thing he could think about. I mean, he even went on to tell Johnny Bott, a Bulls assistant coach, that this miss against Jordan was the one moment that ruined his career. And I mean, the stats back that up. Mugsy went from averaging 11 points a game to just 5. And he was out of the NBA entirely by 2001. But I mean, if you gotta look at the bright side, at least Mugsy didn't turn into a meme. Because there's a lot of moments in the NBA that get memed to hell. Like, what is even going on in this picture?
Come on.
How does this even happen?
No, that's not real. Is that real? Please tell me that's not real. No.
Oh, you want to hear more about that? Well, then click on this video right here. These are the NBA moments that turned into memes. And trust me, dog, you gotta see what happened to LaMelo. It's ridiculous.
I don't believe you. That's clickbait. It's gotta be clickbait, but we're gonna find out together on another video. Because that's disgusting. I don't want to stare at this. I don't want to stare at this crap. No! Okay. All right, guys. All right. It's time to move on for the night. I knew they were going to do the Mugsy one. I didn't know it was going to be number 1. Okay. I've said it a couple times now about the Mugsy thing. Do I have the story wrong? Because, seriously, I've seen him, but this is within the last 6 months. And it was on the Mark Jackson show, the podcast with his son. And he straight up just said, no, that didn't happen. Because they were talking about MJ, and he was like, no, Jordan didn't say that. You know, and he was kind of shocked to hear that that's what is going around. So I don't believe it. Do you guys believe he called him a freaking midget and all that? Needs to know. Anyways, what's your favorite one? I can't wait to talk to you guys in the comments, like always. For me, the saddest one is obviously the Charles Barkley thing. That one's brutal. It's hard because, you know, Chuck's job is in the media, and that's the problem with working in the media. Is you might have to say something about somebody you care about or you're friends with that they're not going to want to hear, and that's part of the job. But, you know, Chuck is doing it. He's choosing to do it, and Jordan took it the way he did. I don't know what to say. Honestly, if I won 7 wins and I was the owner of a team and my friend said, like, yeah, he's not doing a good job, I'd honestly just address it. And I'd be like, well, you know, I'm new. I'm going to do better. We're going to improve. You know, we're starting from the bottom. We're going to move our way up. You know, I hear you, Chuck. You know? And then I might just like call him and be like, you asshole. Why'd you make me have to address the media like that, you know? But I can't imagine ending a long friendship like that over something so small. But who knows? Maybe it was built up. Maybe there was other things leading up to it. Who really understands these things other than the two of them? And anyways, guys, I'm heading out. Thank you so much for watching with me. Like the video if you haven't done it yet. It helps out a ton. Subscribe to the channel if you want more content like this. And be water, my friends.